ladies and gentlemen, my very special guest on this Republic exclusive, also playing as a special edition of The Nation Wants to Know, is a man who is at the center of what we've seen to be a face-off in the Punjab, Haryana, Delhi border region. We've all seen how farmers have been marching in the cold to reach Delhi to be part of a Dilli Chalo march against the farmers' bill. And one of the men who has been a strongest voice urging the farmers on, some say he's egging them on. Some say he's provoking them. Some say that the gentleman on the screen who has a calm demeanor is the person who is straight and sharp, the man masterminding the agitation politically. Captain Amrinder Singh, Chief Minister of Punjab and topmost Congress leaders. Pleasure to talk to you. Amrinder Singh, on a personal note, let me start by saying it's been ages since I spoke to you. And it's great to talk to you because you are a good protagonist for an interview always. You are relentless. You hit back and you don't usually pull your punches. But since it's been almost 10 years since we spoke last, let me see if you have, your old style is still there or you've softened over the years. So my first charge is, and it's not charge of mine, but everyone, is that you are the mastermind, you are the planner.
And what else? Mastermind, planner, and what else?
You were saying something.
No, I was saying about you before we started. That
Mastermind, planner, conspirator.
Everything. You know, I'm sometimes surprised as to how these things come about, and these mastermind and planner and a great organizer and a great what else I'm supposed to be doing. The fact is very simple. My sympathy lies with the Punjab farmer because they are my farmers. I have been agriculture minister in 85, 86. I've been agriculture minister from 2002 to 2007. And I'm agriculture now minister as chief minister. I keep this portfolio because it's a portfolio that I have a lot of interest in. And let me tell you that I know, and before that, I was also Minister of Rural Development. So I know every village in the state. I've got 12,700 villages. I know the situation in the villages. I know how the farmer suffers. I know that 75% of my farmers own less than 5 acres. And of this, half of them are less than 2 acres, 1 acre, 2 acres. And what you see here now in this cannon where your thing is showing it, are all the little farmers of Punjab. For them, these three bills that came in Parliament, they are feeling that their future of their families as farmers is finished. Because there is a system that's worked in Punjab. The Artiya system has worked. You have had a Mandi system that has worked. All has away with. Now it's going to be this business. MSP, yes, the government is saying we're doing it, but that's a statement by the government. Is the government putting it down into your Food Security Act or in these new acts that have come about? Are you going to incorporate it? No, I don't think so. Food Security Act, I hope they will. As far as we are concerned, we are willing to do anything to bring about peace and to bring about a settlement, which will come about when the farmer gets satisfied. And this is not. Therefore, when the bills were passed, we had to call the assembly and we have to pass our own bills, which we have the constitutional authority to do. And now, of course, it is for the governor who's sitting on it. He should be deciding on it and then sending it to the president to decide on. Same thing happened in Gujarat in 2015. And the president, the Gujarat government sent it to the president. And the president gave his assent when Pranab Mukherjee sahab. And after that, the state government's law was accepted and the central government was rejected. Same thing we've done. We've done it keeping in mind the future of the farmers and what we are saying. So it is not Amrinder Singh who's agitating. It is not Amrinder Singh who's organizing. It is the spontaneous rising of the farmers.
No, it's not. It's not spontaneous. It's not spontaneous, Amrinder Singh, for the simple reason that farmers are there all over India. It's not spontaneous because this is not a nationwide protest. Point number one. It's not spontaneous because there are farmers in Bengal and Assam, in Maharashtra, in Tamil Nadu. Punjab is not the only state which has a very strong agriculture sector. It is not spontaneous because if you believe in the cause, then why don't you admit that yes, I am supporting them. Why are you holding yourself back from making an admission on live television that yes, I believe in their cause and I'm egging them on?
I do not make a thing which is wrong.
Why do you want the farmers to be the front for what is a political movement?
The fact is very simple. When they agitated, after a while they went and sat on my railway lines. All my railway lines are blocked for 60 days, and I've had trains coming in. 43,000 crores of my industrial losses taken place. But I never did anything to them. I never sent the police to lift them from the rails because I knew what there was in their heart. Amrinder Singh didn't tell them to go and sit on the railway lines. And I didn't tell them. They announced themselves that 26-27 ko we are going to do Delhi Chalao movement. Did I tell them to do that? This is their feeling. What do you mean we don't do anything?
So you've diverted them.
1 minute,
it can
1 minute.
Equally be said, Mr. Amrinder Singh.
I'm not going to listen to you. You listen to me.
Captain Amrinder Singh.
No, I'm sorry, Arnab. Let me finish. We are 1.57% of the Indian population, and I've got 40% of my food goes into the national food pool. So don't say that Punjab is not there. The whole country is producing food. Of course, they are producing food, but we give the maximum food to the national food pool. And this year, I've had a bumper crop of rice. I've had 212 million tons, lakh tons, and I've had 160 tons of wheat. And I've got 7,500 crores worth of crop that was produced by the Punjab farmer, and that has been lifted and taken into the FCI godowns and all. And that is what they fear that this won't happen. If the MSP is taken away, despite the government having saying it, and if the RTR system goes, how do we work? They'd want to do that. We are not saying that no international company or any corporate house can come and buy. They can buy here. They're already buying. We've got ICC buying here, we've got Pepsi buying here, we've got other people buying here. Now I'm facing a situation which I'm very looking forward to, that the United Arab Emirates is sending their people here to try and talk to us. They want to set up exclusive purchase areas for wheat to take to the UAE. Good, it's good for my farmers. So while that goes on, why do you stop a system that has worked for the small farmer for the last 100 years? I mean, that is what I don't understand. Let that go on and carry on with the other corporate buying and whatever it is.
I will argue on the merits of the case in just a minute, but Mr. Amrinder Singh, now the problem is that you are having your say, you're not listening to the questions anymore. You have gone into a speech mode. You are talking like a chief minister. You must listen. You can talk like a chief minister, of course, but you're in an interview. You are not even listening to the question. It appears to me that you've been conditioned by bad habit. But let me tell you one thing, sir. My point to you, sir, with the greatest of respect to you is, I understand that what you have done is a very smart political move. The mess was in Punjab. You have diverted it to Delhi. You said in your answer, my rail links were blocked. No, 1 minute, sir. You said my rail links were blocked. No, you said my industrial production had been affected. But you are the same individual, sir, with again the greatest of respect, who says, why don't the farmers have a right to pass peacefully through a public highway? They have a right to pass peacefully through any public highway, but they have no right to block a public highway. And there is a view that Amrinder Singh is conveniently diverted what was a public protest in Punjab and made Delhi the target. So your political pressure is gone.
I think
governance issues are gone. You've simply diverted the issue without solving it.
You are because when they were sitting on the road, the farmer union, 32 unions we have, I've had 2 meetings with them here. I've had meetings, all party meetings here. We've been trying to resolve this issue for a long time. Then finally, when I told them, for God's sake, why are you damaging our own Punjab? Look at the way the industry is suffering. You are suffering yourself. Your urea is not coming. Your DAP is not coming. The potato crop is going in. The wheat crop is going in. So don't do this. Eventually, they got off and they sat on the sides and they allowed the trains to pass. While they were sitting on the rail tracks, their unions met and announced that on the 26-27 ko hum Delhi jayenge. And that was not now. That was announced maybe 10 days ago or 12 days ago. So what has the government's been trying to do to diffuse that situation? We have been trying. Has any other government tried? I have tried to talk to them, tell them, let's resolve this issue. But the decision is not in my hands. That decision is in the hands of the union government. Union government has to resolve it.
Why do you want the monopolistic powers of the APMC markets, which are anti-farmer, to continue? Why do you want them
Where
to
are the
continue? This is a
anti-farmer? Where are the
monopoly system.
anti-farmer?
You should,
Do you
as a
know my
believer in a
system
free
is
market
such?
economy, you should not allow that to continue.
1 minute. What is anti-farmer in this? If there was anti-farmer, I would have had agitation here, not there, not in Delhi. If they, what was the reason of this AMC Act? What was the APMC Act? These are all acts when the money comes in, we take 2 or 3%, which is put into the Rural Development Fund, and that Rural Development Fund goes to develop the roads linking my 12,700 villages. All the link roads are maintained by us through this 3%, and similarly, all my villages, 12,700 of them, are all the internal management and development is done by this APMC fund. That's about 3 to 4,000 crores, depending on your crop. Now, when we have 3 to 4,000 crores of that money going in there, then when you take it away, am I going to develop my villages and maintain my roads?
Captain. No,
Yes.
Captain, didn't the central government, which you are criticizing, hike the MSP of wheat and 5 other rabi crops in the 3rd week of September?
What
did you pay them a compliment them? Did you say that they have done the right thing? No, you didn't.
Who?
What did you do? You want me to tell you what you did? I'll tell you. You continued to antagonize the farmers. You said when the MSP of wheat and 5 other crops were raised on the 22nd of September, you continued to provoke the farmers, and you said the farm bills, which by all accounts will eventually pave the way for ending the MSP system and abolish the Food Corporation of India. You created an air of insecurity among farmers over MSP. They are only reacting to that now.
I'm not reacting to that. I'm just telling them that that's the system. Now the government has said, yes, we'll have the MSP.
They are
very happy.
The farmers are
so
reacting.
What the government should do, apart from saying the Prime Minister has made a statement and other ministers have made statements, then put it in the Food Security Act. Amend the Food Security Act and put it that MSP is guaranteed by them. That is all the farmers want to hear. They want to know that our MSP will be guaranteed. We will get a certain amount of money, which we've been getting every year to run our families. And that's all they are wanting to do. And now I'll come to a question just now. You are talking about Haryana. And Haryana, we just spoke about. No, just listen to this. I've just received.
You're not talking to the Chief Minister of Haryana. You've gone into a very antagonistic, polarized relationship with him when it is very easily possible that the law and order situation on the Delhi border can be solved with a 10-minute meeting between Mr. Khattar and you.
No, it can never be solved between me. It is to be solved between him and the union government. Nothing to do with us. Firstly, Mr. Khattar's statement today. Khattar says that I congratulate my Haryana farmers for not joining this agitation here. This is 440 to 50,000 Haryana farmers have joined this move in Delhi. So what is he talking about? He doesn't know what the hell is happening in his own state. And he's telling me what.
Who gives you these numbers? Where have you got these 40 to 50,000 numbers from?
I've got these. These are my own. I get these intelligence numbers. My own people tell me what's happening. I've got intel. I'm sure.
How do I trust the statistics that you're putting out? How do the viewers of Republic believe you, sir? These are your numbers.
Mr. Gurnaam Chaudhary, and they say most farmers are Haryana, even up to 40 to 50,000. Here you are. Check up yourself. You know everything about me, and you know that I'm agitating and I'm doing all this thing. Why can't you check up about these guys? What they are doing? And for the Chief Minister to say I didn't 3 times he called me and I didn't call him. Why
one question everyone's asking across India now.
Anything wrong with him?
One question everyone's asking across India now. They want me to ask you the question.
Ask me, please.
He's not sitting next to you. I would like him to sit next to you. I'd like to do a debate with both of you then. You're too veteran and senior a politician to get into a ego battle with a fellow Chief Minister. I can't believe that you have. In all my years of knowing you, I have not seen you, get into this kind of a flap with a fellow Chief Minister. After all, he's a fellow Chief Minister.
Well, sometimes you have to, there are times for everything. And there are times when somebody says something wrong, you don't accept it. And I don't accept anybody saying wrong things about me. That I am number 1, the agitator. I am number 2, the producer of agitation. Number 3, I am the chief and commander-in-chief of this agitating movement. And number 4, I'm something else. I mean, what sort of nonsense is this? Can a Chief Minister of a state lead an agitation? I mean, I find that strange. Look at these dandas being challowed on the people. I mean, this is what I'm against.
The reason it is being said, look at the reason it is being said. Amrinder Singh, there's a question from all our viewers to you. Question is, you're sitting there saying farmers are unhappy, farmers are angry, farmers are this, they will go on, this is injustice, all the farmers across India are unhappy. For God's sake, if that is the reason, why is this only happening in Punjab and why are the farmers protesting only from Punjab?
How do you
Question
know it's only
is
happening
simple
in
to you. Have you done some survey across India? Is there some survey done which proves that all farmers are unhappy? If they are, then why are they all not coming from all corners of India to Delhi? Why only from Punjab?
Well, I'm not here to answer
no,
that.
You must answer that. That means you're provoking.
If a person in Goa or a person in Pondicherry or go people in Kerala or Guwahati know
about it a wrong question?
Their farmers. It's their chief ministers and their governments and their politicians to decide. My sympathy is totally with my farmers. I am not in any way. I can tell you one thing. I will never allow a law and order situation to break down. This is not a law and order situation breakdown. This is a spontaneous reaction to the government bills, and they have every right.
How can you say? No. How can you? No. 1 second. Sir, you made a statement now. You said I will never allow a law and order situation to build up or law and order to break down.
Yes.
Sir, a farmer died. Of course, that was an accident. Barricades were tossed around. Did Amrinder Singh not see the pictures? Stones were being pelted. Was there not violence? You watch television as well. Did you not see the pictures? Did you not think, what if one of those stones lands on the skull of a police officer? What could be the damaging long-term impacts? You know these situations, they take a long time to build, but 1 second to spiral out of control.
Firstly, I take great umbrage to the fact that I am being linked to this, that I think you should know and others who think that likewise should know. I have nothing to do with that. I am a nationalist to the core. This is my nation and I am sitting on the borders and I will never allow law and order to go out which affects that situation. So let's be clear about it. However, here it's something else. It is these people are going to expound their views to the central leadership. Now, this they announced. They didn't ask me to go and sit on the railways. I requested them umpteens of times. I had 2 meetings with the 30-member committee of the union presidents. And I said, please, why are you doing this? What has Punjab done to you? We haven't done anything to you. We have, in fact, moved 3 bills in the assembly to nullify what has happened. And you are sitting on our railway lines, you are stopping our passengers from moving, your go-downs goods trains are not being allowed. That is nothing. Anyway, they eventually, after 60 days, they relented. And they came off the railway lines and they allowed trains to pass through. And at that time, when they were sitting there, they announced that 26-27 ko Delhi jayenge hum, or 27-28, something like that. And we tried on our level best to talk to them that whatever you want to say, on the 3rd of December, the government of India has called you. The earlier time you've had 1 meeting, go for another meeting, talk to them.
1 word from you and the situation can be resolved. Am I wrong in saying 1 word from you?
Come on.
Am I wrong in saying, Captain Amrinder Singh, that with all your clout, all your contacts,
what clout?
1 word from you and the situation will de-escalate? 1 word. The problem is you are not uttering that 1 word. You have complete clout. My contacts tell me that 1 word from Amrinder Singh and all the unions.
Listen. 1 minute. One minute. Just listen to. There is on this in Punjab at least on this YouTube. There are about 20 channels or 25 Punjabi channels which come on. Each channel I have been watching for 2 days now. Each channel, the microphones are being taken over by the young men of those organizations, and they are saying what they want. We will not stop. We will do here, quoting history that Baghel Singh captured Delhi and this thing did it and various things and all. I'm hearing it. And I know what they're up to. And they are now bypassing their local leadership. And it's a younger element that is taking over. And that shows you the anger which is there in these people. Because
but they still will listen to you.
Today you have 2 acres.
But they still will listen to Captain Amrinder Singh.
He has 2 sons. 1 minute.
No, even the younger people will listen to Captain Amrinder Singh. They will listen to Captain Amrinder Singh. One word from you. Come on. 1 word from you. You know something? Can I tell you one thing, Captain Amrinder Singh? In all the 1 minute, sir. Allow me to complete. Even today, even today, sir, let me tell you, even today when a public message is to be sent, a social message is to be sent all across Punjab, you know the biggest brand ambassador is? It is you. You're the one. Even when COVID messages are sent, you don't hire an actor or an actress to spread the message, or a big Bhangra singer or a cultural personality. It is you. And therefore, sir, with all respect, I'm saying that you are not exercising your own clout. What you can do, suppose I ask that you ask the unions to pull back, and you pick up the phone and speak to the Prime Minister, with whom you have a great personal equation.
And with the Home Minister, I've spoken twice. I've spoken yesterday. I spoke to the Prime Minister day before yesterday. And this is the thing that we talked about as to how
you spoke to Mr. Amit Shah. What did he say? Can you tell us more about your chat?
I requested them that instead of taking this meeting to the 3rd, why don't you call them earlier? Call them earlier. Now they are going to go and sit in some place which you're going to give them in Delhi. And when you go there, call those leaders of the movement and talk to them and try to resolve their issues there. Because this issue is not with me to resolve. If I could resolve it, I'd resolve it. I've done it what the best I could do in the Vidhan Sabha. You have to resolve a national bill. It is national parliament. It's the national government that has to do it. And you have to sit there and do it for them. I mean, I can't do it. And as far as the earlier question which you asked, yes, I have a daily meeting, a weekly meeting on the COVID, which I review the entire state with my administration and with my medical team about that. I don't go public, but I do once a week speak to Punjab, and I talk to them on various topics. I talk to them on COVID, I talk to them on agriculture, I talk to them on industry, I talk to them on employment, I talk to them on whatever people would like to hear. That I do talk to them. And I do get a response, that's fine. But how can I tell people here who are looking to the future of their children, their families, their own food production, their own survival, how can I go and tell them that you people pack up and go home? I'm not going to say so. I cannot say so. But I will, on the other hand, one last question. Yeah, well, go on. To this. I will certainly, in all whatever I have at my availability, my contacts with these people and all, I will certainly talk to them, and I will certainly talk to Government of India to try and bring about a resolution. But the Government of India must be prepared to respond. I mean, I'm not saying that you surrender, but certainly there has to be a meeting ground. And I hope the Government of India will, because I think that is the impression I got from the Home Minister and the Prime Minister. They all want this peace to be resolved. And I hope that happens.
Yeah. But you are saying you will not speak to Khattar, but you will work with the centre to resolve this.
Yes, of course. Of course. It has to be resolved by the centre. No, Qatar, my problem is something else. It's got nothing else. What I'm saying is, when centre is willing to talk to you, when the centre is willing to allow you to come into Delhi, and Punjab is letting your farmers go wherever they want to go, how is that little gap in between been stopped by the little fellow Qatar goes and sits there? And doesn't allow my farmers, and you put the police on them, you put the water cannons on them, you throw this gas on them. I know my boys. There must be many ex-servicemen, because we are 11,700 and we got lakhs and lakhs of ex-servicemen amongst there. All they did was pick up those smoke bombs and throw them back at the police. That is what they did, because they have to defend themselves.
Captain, one last question. Can I ask you another note?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so don't think I'm taking away from the subject of the interview and trying to get a headline on the side, but what's going on with your party? And does it affect, does it worry you?
Not at all.
You, of course, are unparalleled leader in Punjab, but broadly, nationally.
Look, these things Arnab, happen. You have your ups, you have your downs, you have up again and you're down again. That's a part of healthy democracy. I mean, I was in remember the day when there were just 2 BJP MPs and the rest there was Congress. This sort of thing happened. Why are we getting worried about it? I'm not worried. What is my party? My party, everyone says what's happening to the Congress party, who's the leadership? My leader is the Congress president, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. And when she decides to give up, then the working committee will decide who has to come into it. So I don't know why you're getting people get so agitated about this. I am not agitated. I've seen lots of things happen in the last 52 years of my politics. I've seen when Indraji died, everyone said, who after Indraji? I've seen other events taking place, and people were always, and then things happened. And look how nice Mrs. Gandhi. I've seen her since she became in '98 again. When she became president, and in '99 she brought me in as a PCC president. So I've seen the whole thing going from up and down, and it's. Everyone is happy in the Congress party, but people outside the Congress party don't seem to be happy with the Congress party's interior work. Interior work is our business. What happens within the party is our business, not the business of anybody else. If anything outside happens, that is our business. We will do it. There they can respond to. But who will be president? Who will be how the Congress party will
I meant it in the sense that a lot of people ask, and a lot of people are asking even now. A lot of people asking even now that why is Amrinder Singh not a possible chief of the Congress party? But I'll save that for another time. We'll have to have another conversation with you on that. For now,
I'll answer it. I'll answer it in 1 minute.
I will only say it's been
I'm not.
Yeah, answer it. Yeah, go on, answer it. Go on.
I have never been fond of national politics. I've always been fond of my state politics. And that doesn't mean I'm not fond of my nation. It's just that sometimes one has an interest.
Why? What aversion do you have with national politics?
More like this, what is happening? I don't want all my farmers to starve. I don't want my industry to collapse. This is what I can do for my state. Gives the strength to my country. And I would like my state to certainly, these problems are now arising, not arise, so that we can also think of our future.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Amrinder Singh. You haven't lost your touch.
Thank you, Arnab.
Look forward to meeting you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arnab.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.